Yo guys, Ollie Tat here, and today we are back with another video where today it's my second time I've done this, but this is the proper one. I'm going to be making my Premier League predictions for the 22-23 season. I already did one of these pre-transfer window, which some people weren't happy with, but I decided I'm going to do a proper one when the transfer window ends so we can see what happens. Starting off in 20th is the team that I predicted to finish 19th last year. So, still relegation, but a little bit more relegation. It's going to be Bournemouth. Now, if I look at the Premier League table here, they're currently 16th. A win, a draw, and 3 losses puts them on 4 points. But with Scott Parker being sacked as well after 4 games, 3 of them being Arsenal, Man City and Liverpool as well, it was just a bit unfair, wasn't it? But hopefully if they can get the right manager in, then not Chris Wilder, but if they can get the right manager in, maybe Sean Dyche actually, and they might actually be able to, I don't know, survive relegation. If we look at the players they brought in here, they brought in Ryan Fredericks from West Ham, decent fullback. I've seen Marcus Tavernier from Middlesbrough. We could have done with him right now, but hey ho, it's business. Neto from Barcelona, which is a big signing for them. Has he even played, or do they still play Mark Travers? I don't know, but they've also brought in Marcos Sense, a very good fullback from Feyenoord, sorry, and Jack Stevens from Southampton on loan. Also brought in Joe Rothwell, but I'm not quite sure who he is. So, yeah, the squad isn't great. So, yeah, if who knows, if they can get the right manager, then they might be able to keep themselves afloat. But yeah, it's not looking good. Anyway, in 19th, I have gone with another promoted team, Fulham, who I predicted to finish 16th before the transfer window. Fulham are currently 8th in the Premier League with 8 points, 2 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. 8 points. Currently 1 point off 5th. But I don't know, I think the novelty will wear off a bit. If I look at the signings they made here. They have sold Fabio Carvalho, obviously, to Liverpool. Jean-Michel Seri has gone on a free. Anyone else notable? Zambo Anguissa has went to Napoli. Rodrigo Muniz has come to Middlesbrough. Joe Bryan as well, he's went to Nice on loan. That's a bit of a weird transfer. They have brought in some very good players. They brought in Palhinha from Sporting Lisbon, very good midfielder. Andreas Pereira from Man United. Kevin Mbabu from Wolfsburg, brilliant player as well. Leno from Arsenal, brilliant goalkeeper. Shane Duffy, Issa Diop, Kazawa, Willian, Carlos Vinicius, Dan James. They've actually brought in some really good players, but I don't know. I just think the novelty of Mitrovic will wear off maybe. And honestly, I just can't think of who else to relegate because every team, bar Bournemouth, has been really strong this season. So yeah, it's going to be a really good Premier League season, I'll tell you that for free. And in 18th, unfortunately, it's another promoted team. It's Nottingham Forest. I think the 3 that came up will go straight back down currently. In my prediction before the transfer window, I had them. Wait, did I have them 18th? Sorry, I'm getting a bit confused. I had them 17th, so moved down one. See, they brought in 21 players, which is quite a lot. They brought in Dean Henderson, Ryan Hammond, Tyree Awoniyi, Gillian Biancone, Musa Niakate, Omar Richards, Neco Williams, Wayne Hennessy, Brendan Aguilera, Harry Tofolo, Lewis O'Brien, Jesse Lingard, Aurel Mangala, Emmanuel Dennis, Chico Kuyate, Remo Freyler, Morgan Gibbs White, Wangui Joe, Renan Lodi, Willie Bolly, Josh Bull, and Like Bade. It's a lot of players. There's 21 players. See, Dean Henderson been brilliant so far. Awani, brilliant striker. Niakate, really good centre-back. Omar Richards, Nico Williams, good players. Jesse Lingard, obviously we already know. Emmanuel Dennis. Freuler, brilliant signing from Atalanta. Renan Lodi, I can't believe he's come to Nottingham Forest. But I think they've done a better window than what Fulham did when they brought in like Jean-Michel Seri. I think they brought in Ryan Babel as well that summer. No, that was in January, but I think it's been a better window than that Fulham one. But again, will all 21 signings click? Who knows? Forest are currently 15th in the Premier League. 1 win, 1 draw, 3 losses, which is actually the same as Bournemouth. But only have a -9 goal difference instead of -14. So yeah, again, I just don't think all 21 signings will gel together and click instantly. Next up, in 17th, narrowly surviving relegation, I've gone with Aston Villa. It's looking like Gerrard's going to get the sack. If I look at their signings, they have brought in Philippe Coutinho on a permanent from Barcelona. Boubacar Kamara, one of my favourite players actually in real life, from Marseille. Diego Carlos, another banger from Sevilla, unfortunately out injured for the rest of the season. Dendoncker and Bednarek, 2 solid Premier League players. I predicted Villa to finish 12th actually in my pre-transfer window Premier League predictions. It wasn't pre-transfer window, it was just like, before the season had kicked off. But yeah, the results just aren't showing what that team's capable of. Like Coutinho, Kamara, they shouldn't be in a team that's not performing as well. Villa are currently 19th, second from bottom on 3 points. 1 win and 4 losses. I want Villa to do well because they have some really nice players. But I feel like if they want to do well, they have to get rid of Gerrard as soon as possible, because as much as I do like him, he's not getting the results they need. Which at the end of the day, that's what you want from a manager. You want them to get results, and he's not doing that. So they'll need to find a replacement for him soon. 16th, I've gone with Everton. They are currently 17th in the league, 3 points, 3 draws and 2 losses, still winless. Their signings include James Tarkowski, brilliant centre-back from Burnley. Ruben Vinagre on loan from Sporting. Dwight McNeil, another one from Burnley. Connor Cody, which I felt like was just a bit of a weird transfer because he is a lifelong Liverpool fan. Then said in his Everton interview, he said he was excited to be there, which I don't know, it just didn't sit right with me. But they've also brought in Neil Maupay from Brighton and Idrissa Gana Gueye from PSG, obviously back at Everton. But I don't know, I kind of do want them to be relegated because I feel like it'd be funny because Everton are they're a historical, not really historical, but like they're just a concrete Premier League team, you wouldn't think of Everton to be relegated, but I just want them to do that because it'd be funny, it'd be like, I don't know, Man United or like Chelsea getting relegated from the Premier League. You wouldn't expect that to happen, but it's looking likely with Everton, so I don't know. In 16th, I've gone with Villa's Midlands counterpart, Wolverhampton Wanderers. In the pre-transfer window, I had them 11th, actually. But they are currently 18th with no wins. Another 3 draws and 2 losses with them, same as Everton. I do like Wolves as well. Orange is one of my favourite colours. I know it's not really relevant, but Adama Traore is one of my favourite players as well. Their signings include, they signed Hwang Hee-chan on a permanent from Leipzig, Nathan Collins from Burnley, Gonçalo Guedes from Valencia is a really big signing. Mateus Nunes as well from Sporting is an absolute brilliant signing. And Sasa Kalajic, yeah, from Stuttgart, brilliant striker. I've said brilliant too much this video, but yeah, 18th in the Premier League. I hope it clicks soon. And again, Wolves are just a solid Premier League team, so I don't think they'll be relegated. But yeah, I don't think relegation's likely for them, but I don't think they'll get too high anywhere. Next up in 14th, I have gone with Leeds. In my pre-transfer window predictions, I did have Leeds to finish 18th in relegation. So they are surprising me this season. Well, not necessarily surprising me, but and as a Middlesbrough fan, it would be nice for Leeds to not do well, but they are doing well. 2 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss from 5 games. Rodrigo is on fire at the minute. They're just working as a cohesive unit. Jesse Marsch is actually doing well as a manager, considering he is American. If I look at Leeds signings real quick, they brought in Aronson and Rasmus Christensen. From RB Salzburg. Mark Rocker from Bayern Munich, decent signing. Tyler Adams as well from RB Leipzig, good player. Luis Sinisterra from Feyenoord is a brilliant signing. And a deadline deal, one Wilfried Gnonto from FC Zurich, tipped to be Italy's next big star, actually. So I'll be interested to see how he gets along. Obviously, they've still got quite a few brilliant players. Ilan Meslier, Patrick Bamford, who I'd still take back at Middlesbrough. Jack Harrison, obviously Rodrigo on fire. But yeah, it's not bad for Leeds at the minute, not bad. And then in 13th, I have gone with Leicester City. Obviously currently bottom of the Premier League. Not sure how Rodgers hasn't been sacked yet. With 1 point, a draw and 4 losses. I did predict them to finish 8th in my pre-transfer window Premier League predictions. Not quite sure what's going on at Leicester. They have made 2 signings. One of them was Alex Smithies, a goalkeeper on a free from Cardiff. And another one was Wout Faes from Rem for 15 million. But Faes was yesterday on deadline day. Apart from that, they'd only made 1 transfer, and that was a free goalkeeper from Cardiff. But they've lost Kasper Schmeichel, probably one of their best players. And Wesley Fofana for 75 million. They got 75 million for Fofana and just didn't invest it. So I'm not quite sure what Leicester are planning on doing. It's just a bit mental what's going on there right now. You see, Jamie Vardy's aging, he can't keep on scoring forever. They still have brilliant players like James Maddison, Wilfred Ndidi, Harvey Barnes. They've still got solid players, Ricardo Pereira as well, Johnny Evans. So that's why I do think they will finish 13th. Obviously, also because they are again a cohesive Premier League unit. I can't see Leicester being relegated, but I don't think they'll finish as high as they did in previous seasons. Previous seasons they were fighting for Champions League, but this season they're fighting against relegation. It's just looking a bit off for Leicester. But I don't think they'll be relegated. I think they will pick up in the second half of the season, maybe with Rodgers or without Rodgers. If he manages to survive until January, gets the signings he needs. But yeah, it's looking a bit off for them. And 12th place, I've gone with Southampton. Not gonna lie, this 8th to 12th bracket was just a bit of a freestyle because I didn't really know how to order them. Southampton are currently 9th, 2 wins, a draw and 2 losses, 7 points. They're above Chelsea, to be fair, currently, so can't really fault them there. I did predict them to finish 13th, so it's 1 place up, They have made some really nice signings as well. If I find them here. Bazunu from Man City's a good goalkeeper. Aribo from Rangers, good player. Bella Kotchap is a decent centre-back. Maitland-Niles from Arsenal on loan, and Coletta Carr is a very good centre-back from Marseille. See, they lost Fraser Forster at Tottenham, Shane Long, Nathan Teller on loan, Romeu, Valerie and Bednarek. So quite a few of Southampton's first team players have went, but they have made some decent signings, and they've got a decent start this season, so I just think it'll be a good season for Southampton. Promising, I think, is probably the word to say. And in 11th, I'm going with Brentford FC. I actually went past their stadium about a week ago on Wednesday because I was going into London, and I went past their stadium. It's actually really big. But Brentford, they are currently 11th. Three draws, a win and a loss. I predicted them to finish 20th in my pre-transfer window Premier League predictions, but again, they are looking like a promising side this season, along with Southampton. So I've just got 3 tabs open. One of them is the Premier League table, one of them is the transfers, and one of them is my pre-transfer window Premier League predictions. Brentford signings. Aaron Hickey from Bologna is a really nice transfer. Thomas Strakosha is a absolutely brilliant goalkeeper from Lazio. Ben Mee from Burnley, very solid centre back. And Mikel Damsgaard, really good potential winger from Sampdoria. But yeah, I think Brentford and Southampton are on the same level at the minute. It's just going to be a promising season. Nothing too great, nothing too bad, I don't think. Just they're there, I guess. Then in 10th, I have Crystal Palace. Currently 13th, actually. I didn't realise they were that low. A win, 2 draws, 2 losses. I predicted them to finish 10th. So I don't think anything's changed for Palace. I think they will be mid-table. Vieira's done wonders for them. Haven't brought in many players. Brought in Sam Johnson from West Brom, which is a brilliant goalkeeper. Chris Richards from Bayern's a good transfer as well. But apart from that, those are the only 2 major signings they've made. Sold quite a few players. Well, not sold, got rid of quite a few players as well. Martin Kelly is gone. Benteke as well. Chiku Kuyate. Obviously, not many going ins or going outs. Obviously, they don't have Conor Gallagher anymore. They did try and sign him this window, but he was adamant. Not he was adamant to stay at Chelsea. Chelsea were adamant for him to stay. But Zaha's currently in the form of his life, I think. Maybe not, but he's in really good form at the minute. So, yeah. Southampton, Brentford and Palace, I think, are all just in the same bracket of nothing too great, nothing too awful, just a promising season for them. In 9th, I'm going with West Ham United. Again, like I said, this bracket is all just a bit of a freestyle. I don't know what order any of these teams could be in. But West Ham in 9th, not had the best start of the season in 14th. A draw, a win and 3 losses. I did predict them to finish 7th, so 2 places fell. We had a decent window. Areola on a permanent from PSG. Skamaka is a very good player. Cornet from Burnley, we saw what he could do last season. Thilo Kehrer is a decent centre back from PSG. Emerson, obviously Chelsea left back. Lucas Paqueta is the main one. What a player he will be for West Ham. And that Aguerd from Rennes, he'll be a decent centre back. Yeah, West Ham have had a good transfer window. Actually, you know what? West Ham 7th, Brighton 8th. I've changed my mind. Yeah, West Ham have had a good transfer window. Have they got rid of anyone notable? Obviously, Mark Noble's retired, you know. Yeah, Malenko's gone, Masuaku, Diop, Vlasic, and Fredericks. Well, they're really fringe players, to be fair. Obviously, Jared Bourne and Declan Rice stayed, probably being the most important things. Well, mainly Declan Rice, but obviously Jared Bourne, what a player as well. Midfield of Declan Rice and Paqueta and whoever else, Souček, is going to be absolutely lethal. Yeah, West Ham in 7th. Maybe, no, 8th. Maybe West Ham in 7th, I don't know. But Brighton as well. They've had a really good start. They're in 4th. Brighton are in 4th. 3 wins, a draw and a loss. They're above Man United, Liverpool and Chelsea. Brighton are doing brilliant. I predicted them to finish 15th, so yeah, that was a bit of a mistake on my part. Brighton transfers. They have signed Pervis Estupiñán, really highly rated left back from Villarreal, and Billy Gilmore from Chelsea. Can't believe they let him go on a permanent. Those are really the only 2 major signings they've made. See, they've got rid of. I say got rid of. They sold Yves Bissouma to Tottenham. And that's about it, to be fair. In terms of major. Cucurella as well, we see. Shane Duffy, Neil Maupay as well. So they have sold quite a few good players, but I mean, they're doing well. Pascal Gross is doing really well. They're starting Undav, because Undav was brilliant in the Belgian league last year. Their last game, they lost to Fulham. But what was their team? Trossard and Gross up front. Oh, they started Pascal Gross up front. Okay. But yeah, Brighton have a really nice team. Undav on the bench as well is going to be one to watch out for. But yeah, West Ham 8th, Brighton 7th. 9th, sorry. In 7th, however, I'm going to go with Newcastle. Come on, Newcastle. They've had a brilliant start of the season. I predicted them to finish 9th, so a little bit higher than I predicted at the start. Oh, Everton and Liverpool are currently playing. I didn't even realise. Newcastle are currently 12th. 3 draws, a win and a loss, but I think it will pick up for them, as they've had an absolutely brilliant transfer window. Matt Targett on a permanent solid signing. Nick Pope, what a goalkeeper he is. Sven Botman, really high rate centre back from Lille. And we've seen the main one, Alexander Isaac for £60 million. He's already scored. He scored against Liverpool and looked really dangerous. So even as a Middlesbrough fan, I'm really excited to see what Newcastle can do. 7th is a Europa Conference League spot, so I do think Newcastle could get European football this season, which is just crazy to think about. But yeah, it's going to be a really promising season for Newcastle. I need to stop using that word. In 6th is a team I predicted to finish 3rd last season. Out of the big 6, it's actually Chelsea. They are currently the lowest out of the big 6 teams, currently in 10th. 2 losses, 2 wins and a draw. On 7 points level with Southampton. Well, yeah, it's just not been the start of the season they wanted. Their signings have included Raheem Sterling from Manchester City, brilliant, like one of the best wingers in the league, maybe even the world. Kalidou Koulibaly, again one of the best defenders in the world. Cucurella, honestly, a bit of an odd signing, I'd say. 62 million as well, possibly overpaid. And considering they already have Chilwell, but he's a bit injury prone, I think. Wesley Fofana, again, you've already signed Koulibaly. I know you wanted to replace Rudiger, but I don't know. Throw in 100 million. To be fair, they're 2 really good centre backs, but Fofana for £75 million, it's just a bit odd. Dennis Zakaria on loan from Juventus. I didn't even see about that one. Deadline day. He could be a long-term one, challenging N'Golo Kante for that CDM spot. You see Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, ex-Arsenal player, which I felt it was a bit weird. You see the outgoings as well. Rudiger's left. You see he was one of their best players last season. Christensen, Danny Drinkwater, Charlie Musonda. You've seen Lukaku. They bought him for 100 million. Now they've loaned him out for 10 million. Timo Werner. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel like Chelsea have it in them this season. But in 5th, who have I got? In 5th, I have got Manchester United, just because I didn't want to put them 6th. Yeah, after a bit of a ropey start of the season, losing to Brentford. After losing 4. After losing after losing to Brighton and then 4-0 to Brentford, they've picked it up because they beat Liverpool, then they beat someone else. Who did they beat? I don't know. Don't really care. And then they beat Leicester just yesterday, I think. It's looking up for them. And this is without Ronaldo. He's been benched for all 3 of those wins, so who knows, maybe he was the problem. I see under a new manager, but a brilliant manager at that, Erik ten Hag. I see only a few incomings, but really good ones. I see Malacia. Not gonna lie, I hadn't heard of him before United signed him, but he's done well. He's done really well. Eriksen, obviously we know what he's capable of. Lisandro Martinez, probably been the best performing out of all United signings so far. Obviously Casemiro hasn't really played, but again we know what he's capable of. Literally in the interview, when the interviewer said, "Oh, you're not worried about not playing the Champions League," and he said, "Why would I have 5?" That literally tells you what you need to know. He's not bothered about it anymore. He's, Anthony, sorry, going to be maybe not 85 million worth, but he's still a brilliant player, and I see challenging Sancho, Rashford, Elanga for those winger spots, and then Martin Dubravka on loan. You're not exactly going to have Tom Heaton as your backup, are you? So they kind of did need a lone goalkeeper backup while Dean Henderson's at Nottingham Forest. But United are currently 6th. I see 3 wins, 2 losses, 9 points, level with Liverpool to be fair. So, yeah, it's after a bit of a shaky start of the season, it is looking up for Man United. So 5th, I think, for them. 4th place, again, 4th and 3rd, really big toss-up. I see one of the teams is currently 5 wins, no draws, no losses. But I don't know, as much as I like them and as much as I am wearing their shirt now, I don't know if I can see them finishing 3rd or 4th. I'm going to say Arsenal, Tottenham. I think Arsenal will finish 3rd this season and Tottenham 4th. Tottenham currently 3rd, 3 wins, 2 draws. I just don't like Heung-min Son at the minute because he's in my FPL team and he's not scored or assisted, I think, at all this season. He's had an absolute rotter. And to be honest, no one likes Tottenham apart from people who support Tottenham. They've signed Perisic is a really good signing from Inter Milan. Yves Bissouma, cut that bit out. If the Yves Bissouma as well did assault a woman in a club, but apparently that's just all right now. Same with like Thomas Partey. I don't get it. It's just people saying, "Oh, innocent until proven guilty." Imagine you're in the person's shoes. Imagine you've just been like either sexually assaulted, physically assaulted by a famous person, and then there's just people on social media saying, "Oh, innocent until proven guilty." Like you just feel a bit powerless, wouldn't you? It's just really annoying seeing that, because what if you were in the other person's shoes? You'd want them to pay for what they've done, But then there's just got idiots on social media saying, "Oh, innocent until proven guilty, free my mans." It's just really annoying, but I don't know. It's not my place to speak about. Anyway, Richarlison, the pigeon merchant, for 50 million, awful deal. He's an awful player. But the one reason I do like Tottenham is because they paid 20 million Great British pounds for Jed Spence, that we haven't done anything with yet. But, I mean, at least we have the money, Thank you for the 20 million, Tottenham. Well, you got 20 million for a player who's going to rot on your bench, with his rotting attitude as well. So, thank you for that, at least. Clement Longley from Barcelona, has he played yet? He's a decent centre-back, I think. But he's just not played yet. I mean, Obviously, Christian Romero on a permanent's a good deal for them. He was one of their best players last season. But I don't know, just no one likes Tottenham. I can only think of 3 Tottenham fans. There's Danny Aarons, AJ Tracy, and Adele. And Danny Aarons has no ball knowledge whatsoever. So outgoings for Tottenham: Reguilon on loan, Atletico Madrid. Harry Winks to Sampdoria, bit of a weird one. And Ndombele to Napoli. Giovanni Lo Celso to Villarreal. Bergwijn to Ajax. I don't know, it's just Arsenal. Obviously currently top of the Premier League, 5 wins, no draws, no losses. I predicted Tottenham to finish. Well, I predicted United 5th, Tottenham 4th, so nothing changed them. I did predict United 6th, so essentially all that's happened with the Big Six, I've just swapped Arsenal and Chelsea. I mean, Arsenal being top of the Premier League after 5 games, really, need I say much? You know, they are doing well. See, the signings: Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko. If I'm being honest, they're the only 2 signings that really matter. You know, because like Matt Turner, backup goalkeeper. You know, Fabio Vieira, you know, project player, same as Marquinhos. But Gabriel Jesus has been absolutely unreal. Zinchenko as well at the back, and Saliba, end of his loan. That's felt like a new signing for them as well. They're just a fun team to watch and follow, I guess. They're just doing really well. You know, there's not much else for me to say. Obviously, I don't think anyone can topple the 2 giants that are these 2. So, in my opinion, I mean, to be honest, there's actually no point in me building any suspense. And Liverpool 2nd, Man City 1st. You know, Man City are they're just going to win the league with 482 points. It's not even possible. They're probably just going to buy more points. You know, like Mario Party when you get around the board and then you can like buy stars when you get the star point. Man City are just going to do that. They're just going to get to a point in the season where like, well, we're bored now. We've just beat Nottingham Forest 47-0. You know, could we just have more points for that, please? It's just going to get annoying. I think Haaland is 9 goals in 5 games. That just should be illegal. Calvin Phillips, I don't think has even played. Akanji, obviously deadline day deal. And this is without like Zinchenko, Sterling, Jesus, Fernandinho. It's just annoying. Again, I just don't like City. Like, I like the players, don't get me wrong. Kevin De Bruyne, brilliant. Erling Haaland as well. That's it, to be honest. Maybe a couple of others I'm forgetting, but yeah, it's just the boring because they just win everything, you know. It was like last game of last season when they went 2-0 down to Aston Villa. Like, oh my god, are they actually gonna bottle the league? But no, then they just come back. Like against Crystal Palace, they went 2-0 down to Palace, and then they just win. Haaland scores a hat-trick. It's just boring. Just spice it up every now and then. It's like just loan out Adama Traore to every team that's playing, to the team that's playing Man City this weekend, and then because that's their bogey player, it'll just score against them. But yeah, just no one likes City. Again, the only Man City fan I can name is Foot FG. Yeah, it's just annoying. Liverpool as well. They've not had their best start of the season. They are currently 5th on 9 points, 3 draws, 2 wins and a loss. Obviously they brought in Darwin Nunez, Fabio Carvalho, Arthur as well. I think will do well at Liverpool. I think Arthur will do well at Liverpool. See, I haven't done great so far at Juventus and Barcelona, but I feel it'll link up well with Liverpool's midfield with like Thiago and that and Fabinho. But yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. My Premier League predictions for the 22-23 season. Let me know down below how, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much waffling I did and how much of it was actually accurate. I'm just waffling at this point. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.